It seems like you're in a retrospective phase. You're thinking about what you do in the studio. You're writing your memoirs. You're a self-conscious phase, I guess. Has something changed for you?
Well, for John, for years people have been asking to turn a camera on in the recording studio to see what goes on, and I've always said no because, frankly, I've not enjoyed the documentary filmmaking process, and this time around I said yes, as long as I can bring in my own guy and he can become a member of the orchestra, and then we can actually catch the spirit of the moment, the magic moment. I'm interested in the past and talking about it, but we're making contemporary music and looking to the future as well. And so I'm hoping that this film has some of that in it.
Your studio's been out of New Orleans for a while, right? What happened with that?
I got out of New Orleans before the storm, and I have a studio in Toronto and one in Los Angeles. But I put 10 years into New Orleans, and it was a very prolific time. Made Bob Dylan's "Oh Mercy" there, my first record, Acadie, Yellow Moon for the Neville Brothers, and then hundreds of other albums in my studio, even in my absence. It was one of the great studios of America. But I think that was pretty much the last chapter of that way of record making. I think in these contemporary times, people are making records in another sort of way. People are tempted by computers, and it's much more cost effective. You can make a pretty good record in a closet now, and it's fascinating to me. And I embrace that technology in the sense that the people I'm working with currently, everybody's got that equipment now. So, but the grand rooms and the searching for that right hallway that'll have the best sound for the guitar and so on, that's kind of died out a little bit. Only the gifted people at the birth of rock and roll, they were the only ones that were allowed through the gate, and you would sign somebody to a label because they were already doing something on the street that was fascinating. So maybe we're getting back to that. I don't know, John, your guess is as good as mine, but I like the idea of the corner store. A little band. If it takes a lot of energy to get a record deal and get an agent, get a manager, get people interested. And there's something sweet about building your own audience and then saying, okay, we're going to have our own site, and the energy that we would normally put into getting a record deal, we can just put it into our own little corner store. So, but I want to remind you that I love record companies. A lot of my friends are in there, and I'm going to miss the smell of vinyl.